Hey y'all, I got time today, so I really don't want this light in my face. I'm sorry, y'all. I think the sunlight is gonna have to be enough light for me right now because I don't want more light right now. I'm just not feeling more light, but high frequency. Let me start it off right. Let me get the energy set off right. I'm going to talk to you all, like I said in the post. It says time shift, glitch in the matrix, and power, more power. So the time shift. Let's talk about the time shift. I have, and you all have, I'm sure, if you're here, you listening to me, you felt it. The time speeding up. You felt time speeding up. You can feel these days just go like Groundhog's Day. You can feel the time just moving fast. You can actually also feel different things happening in your favor. You right now, I have been feeling, excuse me, I have been feeling like, and I'm in complete control, which is wonderful, right? We should always feel like we're in complete control of our reality. Um, I'm starting to feel more of my soul taking precedence over my physical and my spirit. And what is doing is actually calming my energy down because sometimes we can get anxious. We can have a lot of emotional energy that goes on in our brains, a lot of talking and chatter that occurs. So when different things start to happen, or I'm seeing different things occur in this world, that soul essence starts to take over and gives me reassurance of, everything's okay. Everything always works out for you. Everything's okay. So I know on my Instagram, on my Black Fit Witch Instagram page, I posted last night. I told you all that there are a lot of violent crimes that's going on. We know mass shootings. There are going to be more mass shootings. I had a friend share with me last night from, I think it was Homeland Security, stated that actually more or less information on how more mass shootings are going to occur, like they already have this predetermined, which they probably do. I don't put anything past the government. They do what they do. But anyway, having these mass shootings, having the economics gouging, with price gouging and inflation constantly rising. I want you all to make sure that you are not participating and pushing energy. I said this last year sometime. I was telling you all about not putting your energy into it. I've been saying it's something that I say over and over. Don't put your energy into that. Don't put your energy into what's going on. What you have to do is have, like I told you, my soul essence is talking to me. My soul essence is telling me that everything always works out for you. Everything is good. You're good. Everything is fine. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter if the gas price goes up to $20 a gallon, you got it. No matter what, because we got to think of the fiat money isn't real. Okay. Whatever's occurring right now is what we are creating. We are a part of a collective consciousness. So if we decided to be a part of this collective consciousness, we also know that we have to be here and we have to survive. And we're here for a particular reason. And so going back to me talking about my soul essence is taking over and it is talking to me, it's reprogramming me, it's giving me the normal reckless mind chatter that I used to have. Hey, peace, sis, peace, Velvet. instead of the reckless mind chatter I normally would have, I'm having this positive mind chatter of reinforcement of the power that I hold within. So even though we're going through all of that, it doesn't matter on our behalf because we've been doing the work. We've been doing the work since our awakening. We've healed trauma. We've been working with the dark night of the soul. We've done shadow work. We've been healing. We've been going in, however that looks like for you, whether it's meditation, whether it's psychedelics, whether it's being part of a sister circle or a men's circle or a healing circle, whatever that looks like, we have been doing the work. And so now we're in Saturn retrograde. We are reaping the harvest. And part of the harvest is your soul essence stepping in. And this flesh and bone that you're seeing here, this flesh and bone is not what's talking right now. This flesh and bone is being just what you all get to see in this physical reality. But what's really moving forward and moving and pushing and doing the things that needs to get done is my soul essence. Okay? Yes. Yeah, even if you don't realize it. And even today, like I got up, I worked out this morning, and then I had to go at 9 o'clock. I had to be at the office, did our little audit, came back home, and I was tired, and I just felt like this overwhelming, and that's what I'm getting ready to get into that too, fatigue. I felt really tired and I was just like, oh my God, I'm sleepy. I was supposed to meet somebody at 3:45. I got home at 1 o'clock and I got into bed and I was like, I just got to give in to what my body's wanting. My body wanted to rest. And so I went to sleep. And so I'm just getting up. I just got up at like 3:44 on the dot. I looked at the phone, it was 3:44. And so one of the things with these sun quakes, the sun quakes are going, these solar flashes, these solar flares, these solar flares, these sun quakes, and then we're also having a full moon is coming up. The strawberry super full moon is coming, super moon. It will be here on the 14th. We also have about 5 planets that are lined up together. They can feel it, but they have no explanation for it. And that's where you come, to explain to them what it is. Yes. So, and also you'll feel fatigued, excuse me, you'll feel tired like I was, I'm just tired. And it's a constant reprogram. It's a constant programming. You're going to have, if you are, and thank you, Velvet, for even shedding the light on that and putting that shine on that for those who may not know that this is what's going on with them. Okay. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel fatigued. You are going to feel anxiety. You may even feel some depression. You may not understand why you don't want to get up out of the bed, why you don't want to socialize, why you don't want to be around people. All of that is okay. I just talked to my family mechanic the other day. He checked himself into a clinic because he was battling depression. The energies and the frequencies are high. And if you aren't tapped in and aware of what's going on and have some type of support of people who've been doing the work and they know that this is what it is, that they know that soon this will pass, but this physical, what's going on? I'm going to tell you all what's going on. The physical vessel is trying to catch up to the energy that are amongst us right now, and the energy that's residing in you. So your soul is already there. Your essence is already on a high frequency. It's ready. It's been sitting on the bench like, put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. It's been sitting back like, okay, like this. And now it's ready to come out, and the frequency is very high. The solar flares, the energy that we have on this planet is ramping up. Time is moving fast. This physical dense body is like, okay, what's going on? So you're going to have to rest more. You're going to have to drink more water. I have noticed even in the middle of the night, I have been keeping 2 bottles of water in the bed, and usually by morning, one of them is done. One of them is done, and I may be starting on the second one. But drink more water. You need way more water than what you're getting. Movement in order to combat some of the depression and the anxiety you feel, you're going to have to start exercising and moving the body, moving that energy, okay? Because if energy gets stagnant and stuck in different organs of the body, it can even pull in more of the anxiety and the depression. So you have to move your chi. You're going to have to move that chi energy. I do Tai Chi twice a week teaching it. I also do breath work. I work out during the week. So the exercise, the breath work is key. If meditation is good, but you have to move the body. And depending upon the type of energy that you hold, you may have to do some high intensity move. Yoga may not be enough for you. Okay. Some people have to, like me, I have to sprint. Like I go get on the treadmill and I sprint. I have to do bursts of energy and get this out because we got to mimic what's going on here in our planet. If we got bursts of solar flares coming out like that, then soft movement sometimes is not going to be what's best for everybody. You may need to hit it hard and get those bursts of energy to push that energy out, just like the sun. Do as the sun is doing. We have to follow the rhythm of the earth, of this planet, of this multiverse that we're in. So time shift, matrix glitches. It hasn't come to my awareness. Yeah, I know, right? Drink that water. Yeah, flow with the water. Drink the water. It hadn't been shown to me specifically very clear of the glitches. Yesterday, it was so clear and apparent. I couldn't doubt it. I couldn't question it. I just had to accept it. And even though that monkey mind, we call it, or that chatter, or this physical vessel and the thought process was like, hell no, ain't no way, hell no. I'm gonna tell you what happened, and then I'm gonna go into the dream. So I'm sitting in my car, leaving the gym. I'm sitting in the car. I'm sweating. I'm tired. I don't move like that anymore. I don't rush and move from one location to the next. I sit, I gather myself, and I'm listening to my soul. My soul tells me what to do. I'm moving, and the soul is telling me more rapidly things to do. It'll tell me what room to go in, and I'll come in the office. I'm like, why am I here? And then I look down my floor. Oh, this is what I needed. I'm going in different places, and it's telling me things to do without me really even knowing this is what's going on, which I don't need to know. My soul knows, and it's moving on that path. Well, anyway, I'm sitting in the car, and I'm sitting there relaxing before I leave. I'm just looking up, watching people walk by, and I'm seeing these two Iranian guys talk. They're chatting, and they're walking. One on the right, he was holding a water bottle in his left hand. The other guy that was on his left, he was talking to him, and they would just walk, and they walked into the gym. Once they walked inside the gym, I looked down at my phone. I sent an Instagram story. I looked back up, probably a minute or two had passed. The same guys doing the same exact thing that I had just saw them doing. The same head, holding the water bottle, walk, same energy exchange of them talking to each other. It was the same flow, walk back into the gym again. And I'm just like, it looked like somebody took a button and hit rewind, and it started all over again. And I sat there because the first time I sat there and I watched them walk into the gym. And then the second time, after I finished sending my Instagram story, I look up and I'm like, hell, I just watched them do this. So I watched it again because I'm like, I know my eyes are not deceiving me. I just saw this. I'm seeing it again in the exact same fashion, the exact same way that it happened before. Glitches in the matrix. So there are matrix glitches. And if you haven't experienced it yet, because this is my first time experiencing it. And I would say experiencing it from an awareness standpoint that I was aware that it's happening, because I believe there are minor glitches that are going on all the time, but it's so small and minute that we don't pay attention to it. But when that happened, that was my consciousness. That was the universe. That was the multiverse showing me things are changing right before your eyes, and you are controlling it, and you have the power to control it. And this is what we're going to do. Everything works out for you. Everything works out in your favor. We're moving shit for you to be able to do what you need to do. You have the power. When I said that, I was like, damn, I was done. I was like, okay, I got to go home. It's time for me to go home, because I hadn't seen any glitches like that before. Not that in my face. So I'm I'm home relaxing. I go back into my reprogram. I'm always either listening to something that's bringing up my awareness and raising my frequency on YouTube, or I'm listening to a book, I'm in meditation, or I'm in conversation that raises my frequency. Like everything that I'm doing in this world of mine that I am creating is intentional. So, of course, let them go to sleep. Now, in my dream, notice this. What I've been doing is that I am people that I interact with, I'm able to pick up on their emotions and their energies of what's going on with them as I need to know it. Some things I need to know for me so I can know how to interact with this person or these people. And some information I'm retrieving is information that I need to share with them for things they need to move on in their life that Spirit may have already spoken to them on, or some things I need to bring to their forefront, to their awareness that they need to speak on. And so it happened yesterday, last night, this morning, and the night before it happened. I reached out to that person on Instagram because I don't have her. She used to, work with me, and I still follow her on Instagram. I sent her the message, and I sent it in love, and I told her I loved her. I sent her the message, and I don't know if she's going to move on it, but it brought attention to it. And this is the thing. It may not always be because that person needs to move on what you're telling them. It may not always be a supreme message from the divine that they need to do. Some of the things that you are being told to do is just in action and putting you in a rhythm of knowing that you need to be in constant communion with your highest self, constant communion with your soul essence, and following their directions and instructions as given. So what they're doing, they're giving you these things to get you in communion. It's like it's building up. It's like a practice. It's building up that relationship. Like working with someone, you have to talk to them. You got to build a rapport with them. You got to get their conversation, kind of feel out their energy. Got to know what they like. Got to know what they don't like. Got to know they don't like talking in the morning. They like their coffee. They'd rather start talking in a couple of hours. Or, they like to go here for lunch. All of those things give you a better connection to people that are around you. It's the same thing when you're in communion with a higher frequency of yourself. So that higher frequency of yourself is sending you information and it's sending you messages for you to start moving on, so it can help build up that practice of that connection. That rapport is that spirit muscle, is building that up. So as it's sending you things to do, just do it. Don't even question it. Don't think about it secondly. I even yesterday before I sent the message, I was like, I felt myself having this tug of war inwardly of not really wanting to send it out. Like, I ain't gonna send it. I don't really talk to her. And then I was like, no. Spirit gave me the message. No matter what, I'm sending it out. I'm sending it out in love. I told her I loved her. I sent it out. Boom. She liked the message. And we were done. She didn't respond to it, but I did my assignment. Now, I had another dream, and someone else that I know was emotional. I got some emotional messages from the interaction, and it let me know, hey, this is how I need to deal with this person, because they can be sensitive in some areas due to some past issues in their life that they may not want to freely share or uncover at this moment. They may not be there. Exactly. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. When spirit tells you and gives you a message, you got to move on it. Now, in my dream, it was like I was in a house, but it was the house was also like a warehouse, which was weird. And it was some work that was going on there. And I remember Diebold. In Diebold, banking solutions. Okay. I'm in the dream. Diebold was like a construction, like they make screws and um uh screwdrivers, screws, what else you call it? I can't even think of all the needed items that you have for constructing, saws, screws, drills, drill bits. They made all of this, and the name was Diebold. And I thought, like waking up, I felt like Diebold was an actual place or location, but now I'm looking up Diebold, and it says it's an American multinational financial and retail technology company that specializes in the sale, manufacture, installation, and services of self-service transaction systems, point of sale. Diebold, what Diebold, that was the name. And their colors were black and yellow. And black and yellow were the colors. And so I'm there, and it was like I was in this room. And so I'm in this room, and I'm just like, they're doing all this construction. They're really loud. I didn't know why they were so loud doing this construction. They were doing this construction in this warehouse, which was like my home. It was like my home was getting this upgrade or whatever. And I remember I was looking through some type of device, like a computer, but it was like a tablet or something. And then one of the supervisors that was there came to me and flipped the station on what I was watching and told me to look at this. So I ended up looking at a different channel. And so while that channel, I was like, why do you put it on here? Like, I don't want to watch this. So anyway, the dream switches where I'm still in this warehouse, but I'm talking to these two women. And both of these two women were connected, where they had connections with outside sources that I need for event that I was putting on. And we were supposed to leave, get more information, and come back. So they leave, and I didn't go. I stayed. And it was like I stayed because I was tired. I didn't want to go. So I ended up in this room by myself. And this room ended up being similar to like a garage. And so I was getting ready to leave out. And I remember I had on my mother's ruby ring, and I was getting ready to leave out. So I lift up, like, you're lifting up the garage door. That's kind of like what it was. And as I was lifting up, the Diebold people were coming in, and they came in harder, and they cracked my ring. It put a whole crack in my ring, and it just broke. And I had in my head, I was like, oh my God, y'all broke my ring. How am I going to get this back together? And so those were key elements. And then I get on the phone with the friend, and they was asking, why didn't you come with the ladies? They wanted you to be here with them. And I was like, well, I just really didn't feel like I was trying to explain, but they weren't really listening to me. And I was like, why is he not listening to me? Like, he's being very sensitive. So a lot of information was being downloaded on the energy of this individual here in this reality. So coming into my waking up, I'm going back and I'm reviewing it. I'm just like, okay, some key elements, black and yellow. So I'm looking at those key colors, the black and the yellow. And then I'm looking at the word Diebold. Die bold. Y'all. Die bold. But it was all one word in the dream. So there are going to be some people and some energies or individuals who are going to die bold. They're going to have a bold death. All right. They're going to die bold. And not just talking about the physical vessel, but we're also talking about the shedding off of this ego internal mind that we've created with this reality. All right. It's going to die. It has to go. It's full of symbols. It has to go. And it's going to go. It's going to die. And you're going to be bold in this fight that we have to go through. There's a separation. If you all don't know what's been going on for the last couple of years, it's been a separation. And the separation happens on a physical level, and it also happens on a spiritual level. So no matter what we want to call it, whether people get jabbed or not, whether people, start growing their food or not, whether people are going on this spiritual path or not, like whatever it is, it's a separation. All right, people are more in tune with their inner energy, and those who we're working in that. Yeah, things must be broken. The ruby being broken means things must be broken in order for it to be good. Thank you, Velvet. Things must be broken. Things must be broken. And even in the dream, I had an attachment to the ruby, and having that attachment to the ruby just showed me that has to be released. These attachments have to be released. And just like Velvet just said, the ruby was a symbol of things having to be broke. Mindsets have to be broke. Systems have to be broken down. Everything has to be broken down. That diebold, that word, the yellow and black, the word diebold, and the ruby cracking and breaking. Those, like she said, all of those were some key symbols in the dream state of what I received. And I'm still sitting with it because just that name, and when I woke up, I still was thinking like this was a real company. I'm still seeing it like I've seen it at Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere. Diebold. I'm seeing this manufacturer. And I see it in my mind very vividly as if they were real, but they were coming in, they were changing the structure. They didn't ask any questions. They had people just in doing whatever they wanted to do, and they wanted everybody out of the way as they did it. And so that being stated, that diebold, that's what's going on. They're not asking any questions. Our worlds are being changed within a blink of an eye. Nobody's asking any questions. We can't say, we have no say, so no word. Yeah, but diebold. So no matter what, and we don't know. I was talking to someone before yesterday. We don't know when our death date is. We don't know. We come into this world and we know we have a checkout. We just don't know when that checkout is. All right. So diebold means the physical vessel dies boldly. Also the internal, that has to die out, and we have to keep moving boldly on our mission. It also means that we have to be bold in our mission. That old stuff is going to die off, and we have to move boldly in our mission and not be ashamed of what we're actually doing and how we're sharing and how we're giving our knowledge and our spiritual awareness and giving it to others so they can come into their knowing and understanding of how they're moving. All right, so that the time shift, like I said before, the time shift, we're going to start to see it. I told you all, I think it was week before last when I had the dream that I saw the white flowers on that tree in the dream, and I woke up, then the white flowers were there. All right, now I'm looking out here. The flowers on it is white anymore. Now they turn to a darker beige. Yeah, in order for there to be change, there has to be a bold that has to die. Things have to die. Things have to die. So that diebold in my dream, that manufacturer diebold, yellow and black, and seeing that, and then my ruby ring breaking and me not being able to repair it, just like Velvet said, things must be broken. All right. And so that was my dream. That was my matrix glitch. That was the first time I've had an awareness of really sitting there, seeing it happen. And I told a friend of mine yesterday when I saw it, when I was sitting in the car and I saw it, I was looking the second time, very intentionally looking to see if their movements would change, to see if it was like they left something in the car and they went back to get it. Because your energy changes. If they walked in and then they ran back to the car to get something and they're going back in, it'd been like a different type of conversation. It would have been a different type of conversation. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been just the same casual conversation before. Because I know when I run to the car and get something, then I'm running back in. I'm like, oh, snap, or let me go back in, get back to my workout, what I was doing. I forgot my headphones or whatever. I'm seeing them stroll the same conversation rhythm, the same guy that was on the left, same guy on the right, and they were walking the same way, walk right into the gym. The same is like somebody just pressed rewind for a second and played it back all over again. So, yes, the diebold, the yellow and black, for those of y'all who missed it, I hope you go back and listen to the symbolism that I received in my dream, and also letting you all know that you all are going to go through this energy. We're coming out of it more, but it's being hit. We're being hit left and right with these solar quakes, these solar flares, and now we're getting ready to go back into a full moon again. And this full moon energy can bring that anxiety. It can bring in that fatigue. Stay hydrated, stay getting plenty of rest, because this body has to catch up with the essence. And that's what's going on right now. That's what King Von did. Now that I think of, who is King Von? I don't know. So now this body has to catch up with the soul essence. So yeah, this has been the time shift, the glitch in the matrix, and the power that you hold. And your power, before I leave, I need to let you all know this is coming to me right now. Your power is growing as you commune more with your essence. Your power is growing more as you commune more with your essence. Like I told you before, when you are told to do something, I don't care if your essence tell you to go get this sweater and wear it, or go get this pencil and put it in the car, or go tell this person this, or you get a message or a vision that you need to tell someone, or you get a reading that you need to tell someone. Tell them, do it, walk in the room, pick it up, grab it, have it in the car. That is the communion. That's communion with your essence. And as you do that, you are building up your power, because the power is just not in the essence. Okay? The essence holds the key though, because the soul essence is the divine energy that's innate within us. But the key part of it to dominate in this world is the fact that we are physical and we are connected and meshed in with the soul essence. So by you adhering and communing and doing the instructions of your soul essence, you're enforcing the soul essence and the divine power with your physical nature. Greater works than these. All right. That was the communion that the Christ consciousness was telling us about. But if you don't adhere to the messages, the downloads, the uploads, the information, you won't get to that level. All right. So it's telling me that you all have to continue to have an ear out. Listen, 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 listen. All right. Sometimes we have to sit in stillness so we can listen, so we can hear, so we can bring this physical vessel. The soul essence is ready. It's ready. Like I said, it's been sitting on the bench. It's ready to come up and do the work. So you all are going to have to allow yourself to hear, to sit and listen, and then move on it. Because the more you do that, the more power that you're building up to be able to come against these forces. You're creating this field around you, so no matter what is going on, no matter, like I said, if gas go up to $20 damn, it don't fucking matter, because this is all just the reality that you're creating, and you're being protected. And just like it brings to my remembrance, it's like me seeing someone, like fire is going on all around them, seeing fire all around a person, and they're walking straight through the fire untouched. All right, walking through the fire untouched, like nothing is touching them. All right, it's like being in the eye of the storm, but that comes with the communion that you have with your divine soul essence, adhering to the instructions. All right, adhering to the instructions. My right ear is vibrating, so I know you all need to hear this. Whoever hears it, and whoever understands and receives it, that you'll be able to do greater works than these as you adhere and listen and pay attention, and visions, dreams, clues such as sequences and numbers and conversations. Make sure that you're always communing with your divine nature at all times in all conversations. Being in that present moment gets you there. It creates that communion with your essence. And then you'll be able to create that field no matter what is going on around, with that collective consciousness that's created different chaos in this world. You're walking right through. The fire does not touch you. The fire does not touch you. You walk straight through. The fire does not touch you. All right. You're going through, you're creating a reality, but you get to see everything that's going on, but it doesn't touch you. All right. So, yes, definitely needed. The shift is here. No getting around it. There's no getting around it. It's the shift of the energy now. Yep, we came for this. And we know we came for this. We know we came for this. We know we are here for this. So, meditate on that Dibold, the yellow and black, the breaking of the ruby ring, and stay connected with your soul essence, everybody. Love you. Peace. High frequencies.